Now, would you be a bit suspicious if someone or some agency wanted to know exactly when you were using electricity in your home? And would it make you a little upset if an electricity company wanted to charge you more for using power at certain peak times of the day? Well, it's time to pay attention because these scenarios are about to become a reality. Indeed, they are already a reality for people in Victoria. Across Australia, so-called smart meters are being installed. And apart from invading your privacy and helping electricity companies to slog you more money at peak times, there's also growing evidence that smart meters emit radiation at levels high enough to cause serious illness. Some people have even been forced to leave their homes because they just can't tolerate that high-pitched noise that they send out. Di Bell is spearheading a campaign to have smart meters banned. G'day, Di.
Hi, how are you going, Tim?
I'm really well, thanks. Now, Di, it's interesting that these smart meters are becoming commonplace and indeed compulsory in Australia when overseas there's already been a drama, and I understand some parts of the United States have been legally forced to give consumers a choice before these things are installed.
Yes, and it's become optional in UK too, after public pressure. But in California and whatnot, people are actually being charged now to have an analogue put back in. The ones that have decided that that's the way they want to go.
So let's go back to basics, Di. What exactly is a smart meter? Because I have to admit, a lot of people have looked at me today a bit blankly because up here in New South Wales, I don't know exactly what the story is, but certainly here on the mid-north coast, they don't seem to have been installed or even information given about the fact that they're coming. So fill us in. What is a smart meter?
So a smart meter is actually something that can measure the electricity consumption in 30-minute intervals or whatever they decide, and can actually transmit that data that's collected either wirelessly via radio frequencies, which is what's happening down here, specifically microwaves, which is the health effects.
So basically these, they already measure our electricity now, we all know that, but these are very smart looking machines that they actually mount on a wall somewhere near your home, yep?
They actually they replace where your other meter is, so they replace it there.
So, Di, when these installers come knocking on my door, and I have no doubt in my mind that there will be some here in our area sometime pretty soon, I'm guessing. Yep. Legally, can I tell them to get lost?
I'm not sure of what your laws are in New South Wales. There is an order in council in Victoria which the government is claiming as a mandate. In Victoria, it's actually a mandate on the power distributors to use their best endeavours, I quote, to install a remotely read interval meter in all homes and small businesses under 160 kilowatt hours per year by the end of 2013. Now, our argument is, well, that's a condition on the power distributors. It's not on us to receive. But what they're saying is that under the electricity code in Victoria, that they have the right to come in. They're saying that the meter is theirs. They have the right to come in and service, maintain, replace whatever they want, whenever they want, and that we have to give them access. Well, they're finding some problems down here at the moment because people like me have actually got a locked meter box with windows in it for them to read the old meter. Many of us have got trespass signs at our front gate. We're actually going right down the trespass line. We are saying that the meter box is ours. You can say you own the meter, but the meter box is ours. There's been fires on homes as meters exploded. They claim sabotage when this happens, but like, for instance, there was a 91-year-old lady and it exploded in front of her. Well, anyway, that's a different issue. But there's been enough of them, and a lot of people have appliances blow up within hours of their smart meter being installed because it creates different power fluctuations and whatnot in the line. I won't go into that either. Because
it certainly sounds like they've got their issues, though, and it's what I really like, what I'm hearing from you, is that people are exercising their basic human rights. I like the fact that a lot of people are putting trespass signs up, and they just can't come and do that without proper for consultation. In my opinion, there should be an opt-out clause. But let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's go into why there is such concern about it. You've noted a few there. Now, I understand some people down there in Victoria have moved out of their homes claiming that smart meters are a health hazard. Tell us about that.
It's the electromagnetic radiation that's emitted by the smart meters, which has proven negative biological effects on living tissue. They say down here that it's within our PANSA standards, which is Australian guidelines, but those standards were set in 2002, and you and I both know how much extra wireless and those sorts of floating through the air type appliances we've had come in since then, but they based it on the thermal effects of cells, this is different. And so, we've got people here, like even in my local area, there's a guy who's had 2 metal plates put in his face. Once his smart meter went in, he kept blacking out.
And they do emit radiation, don't they?
Yes, they do. Electromagnetic radiation.
There's not even an argument about that. It's just that, as I understand it, those trying to install these things are saying the radiation levels meet the criteria as set down by whoever sets down these things.
Yeah, by PANSA, and they keep quoting that they're less than a mobile phone and less than a baby monitor. Now, our argument is, okay, so I can choose not to have a mobile phone. I can choose if I use it. I can choose how I use it. I can choose if I have a wireless baby monitor. I can choose if I have a microwave. But they're saying that I can't choose what I have on my wall that's going to emit EMR all the time.
And there are people who are particularly sensitive to these sorts of things. For example, if we just strip away the radiation and put that to one side for a moment, I understand that these do emit a very high-pitched noise. Now, that doesn't bother most people, I've got to say, but I'm one of those people. I can really pick up very high frequencies. Just like, for some reason, I've got dog-like ears and hearing, and I know children are very sensitive to high-pitched sounds as well. And I understand down there you have had people move out of their homes based on that issue too.
Yes, we have, and like as you say, one person can hear it and another can't. The research worldwide says about 3% of the population is sensitive to the electromagnetic radiation and the results that come from it. Some people get insomnia, some tinnitus, which is the sort of thing we're talking about now, headaches, fatigue, dizziness, agitation.
Are there concerns about cancer here?
Yes, there are.
Okay, and so what are you doing as an action group, and we're going to give your details towards the end of this conversation, what are you doing as an action group to prove some of these claims, for example, cancer and the radiation being harmful? Are you taking any action there?
Yes, we started a website. I ran some public meetings and whatnot when I first started my awareness campaign. The thing that got right up me was the fact that, these things, we were supposed to just take what they said, and they just sent us a letter saying, this is going to be replaced like it was just an any old day. And we've got so many people that are coming back to us saying they're sick, and the proof's in the pudding. But the thing is that how do you prove that your ears are squealing, like for you, Tim?
Yeah, but the bottom line is, Di, if there's a question mark, they've got to stop and they've got to investigate. And there is a question mark here. And so the onus is on them to investigate and prove that these are safe. And I also worry about the privacy of these machines. They monitor us so closely. Who knows how that sort of information could be used? I mean, presumably they're going to be selling my electricity profile to advertisers at the very least.
That's exactly what they're planning on doing. And they're also saying that that they can tell by how much we're using in the home, whether we've gone to bed, whether we're home, whether we're away. Like they said that, they can even tell what's happening within the home. So, like, if you're having a party and you've got everything kicked into gear, they're actually, in some parts of the world, they're actually laying charges or investigating places because, like, if I've got a marijuana crop, which I haven't, in the other room, then my power usage is going to be so much higher and so much more constant.
Wow, doesn't this smack of Big Brother, Di?
Does it ever? Does it ever? And, I mean, I don't know about in New South Wales, but a lot of our power distributors down here are owned like either by Singapore Power or Chung Holdings in Hong Kong and so on. And so I don't know how you feel about it, but I know how I feel about somebody over there being able to flick my switch.
Flick your switch, watch what you're doing, know when you're home.
Yep.
Like I say, it smacks of Big Brother. What's the course of action that you advise people to take? Let's say knock on the door, here come the installers. What do you do?
I'm just telling people here, like we've got lots of different suggestions on our site of different actions that people are taking. We're not actually, we can't legally tell people you do this. My advice to people is you know in your gut how you feel about this, how you feel about people controlling what you're doing, how you feel about someone putting something on your home that can either burn it down, make it uninsurable,
make you sick,
blow up your appliances, make you sick, give you cancer. And I might add that, children's heads can absorb double or more the radio frequency of ours.
Babies and children, particularly vulnerable, absolutely.
And what we found down here is that many people between the age of 20 and 40 haven't been really interested in getting in the fight. And the impression seems to be that if it's modern and it's technology, it's good. And that really scares me, because my advice to anyone out there listening to your program now who has children or grandchildren is do your own research, find out for yourself and make your own decision, and then make the stand that you believe you've got the right to make under your rights in Australia.
Give us your website, Di.
www.stopsmartmeters.com.au.
Stopsmartmeters.com.au. Now, people can look that up and also go to our Facebook page and YouTube channel. They'll be able to find it there too. Di, thanks for your time tonight.
Thank you, Tim.
Much appreciated. Okay. You're listening to the Time to Talk program. What do you reckon about that? Smart meters. What a funny name for such a worrying product. Give us a call, 6585 3456.